Oliview is not only just a garden. I kind of liken it to the residents themselves when they first start going out there. They're just like the seeds that the kids themselves are planting in the dirt, and they're growing like the plants do out there.
Many youth in the juvenile justice system are accustomed to negative environments, and they really don't know how to perform and feel comfortable in pro-social settings. Oliview Farm provides that environment for them where they can learn and become accustomed to a pro-social environment that could be very foreign to them. To be eligible for the program, each participant has to demonstrate positive behavior in the facility, and the court has to grant discretion to furlough for all the participants. In addition, the probation officer has to give approval for them to go to the farm, and it's a part of their case plan.
The program involves the youth coming out to our garden space, our farm space, our home space really. And they're here not just to work. You know, the work is inherent, being that we're on a farm and there's a lot that needs to get done. But really the vision that I hold in working with the kids in this space is that they recognize the forces that work to regenerate the garden are also present within them to regenerate their lives. We work very closely with the soil, and we work under a constant consciousness of care, and within that care comes an awareness of all of the life that we can see, be it bugs and whatnot, but also all of the critters that we can't see. So I make them aware, and I teach them about the soil biology, the soil food web, all of the macroscopic and microscopic life. In working very closely with all of that life, we try to emphasize a sense of empathy. And the hope is that in constantly exercising that side of themselves, you know, that power for kindness and empathy that they possess inherently, that will translate into the rest of their life and how they deal with others.
Pedro has made the Wednesday night program, the curriculum aspect of it, very interesting, very entertaining.
On Wednesdays, we have a wood shop program that we primarily do in the barn. There's a cooking aspect and also curriculum side to it.
We wanted curriculum to be part of this program because another benefit of youth participating is that we pay for their enrollment at Shasta College. And so we wanted it to have a little bit of that school feel to it, but in an outdoor setting, because we know we learn anywhere, and some people learn better when they're hands-on and in the space. And so yeah, we get to register youth for credits at Shasta College, which is super helpful for them. In most cases, they really need the credits to help them graduate high school. So they usually transfer those credits to high school credits. And so the curriculum part of it teaches about food history, things like the Gandhi Salt March. We talk about the Black Panther Breakfast Program. And so we use those conversations to create a space where the youth can themselves dive deeper and perhaps mind their own brains about, like, don't just feel bad about what happened to you. How could you make it better for someone else? So the curriculum has really allowed us to go deeper into our understanding, certainly, but also our shared understanding and building a community of practice almost around thinking more deeply about foodways and the way food impacts culture, and how the lessons we learn in this space can transition into our lives in the community in which we live.
We also have a partnership in the JRF with Pedro, and he comes to the facility and works with many of the residents who are not eligible to go out to the farm. So he provides all of his mentorship to the entire facility and teaches the staff and the residents gardening skills, and he has his positive way about working with the kids and working through some of the issues that they might be dealing with in their day-to-day in the facility. He also supports our farm-to-table concept. All of the vegetables that are grown in the garden are used in our daily menus, so the residents go through the entire process from planting the seeds, watching them grow, picking all of the vegetables, bring them to the kitchen, and then they eat them.
It's very helpful to come out here because you get to spend more time with the kids, and in spending more time with the kids, you develop a better relationship with them and helping them in the GROW program. It's a working relationship, so you get to see what the strengths and weaknesses are of each individual that you work with. It also helps in the selection process for what kids are ready for a program like Oliview. So it feels in a way almost as an extension of what we try to do out there on the farm, but we're bringing it out here to the GROW program.
The biggest change that I've seen is an addition to not only staff here for pro-social engagements, but Elizabeth and Pedro are just fabulous with these kids, and they bring them in as their own. And I just see that family connection that the kids don't have usually to be solidified really strong with them. I see a pride of ownership with them when they're out at the farm. I only go 2 days a week, and when I go there, they'll tell me, oh, look what we did last Thursday, or the day before and everything. So there's a lot of pride of ownership. And then when the paychecks come in, you should really see them smile.
They have the opportunity to feel their own self-worth and feel what it's like to earn a paycheck and spend their own money, which is a natural progression of a pro-social life.
I respect what they do. I respect how they come at the situations, how they treat us too, even though we've made mistakes, and what they're doing for the community. It's like a family environment. I could go over there, make money at the same time while I'm having fun. And so yeah, it's just been straight positive.
We see a lot of opportunity for this program to grow in looking at youth as they transition out of the JRF and back into our community. We know that probation continues to support them in many cases, and we also want to be there too. We think it's incredibly important for them to see that continuity of care and investment, that we don't only care about you when you're at the JRF. We don't only care about super well-behaved straight-A students. We care about all of you on this path of life that you're on. We see a lot of opportunity to grow this program into that space of continuing to care for and have relationships with these youth as they move into their adulthood in many cases. But for all of us, knowing that we have people who care about us out there and available and perhaps around us helps us to be closer to our best self. So we want to be that for these youth.